2023, PDP reveals only threat to Atiku, and it is not Tinubu. Socio-political activist Reno Omokri has stated that Bola Tinubu, the presidential candidate for the All Progressive Congress APC, is not a threat to the People's Democratic Party PDP ahead of the 2023 election. Omokri asserted that Rabi Musa Kwankwaso of the New Nigerian People's Party NNPP and not Tinubu poses the only threat to the PDP's election in 2023. A supporter of the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, Omokri remarked in a tweet that Tinubu cannot endanger the success of the PDP because he was unable to assure the APC's victory in Osun State. The only threat to PDP is Kwankwaso. Tinubu is going nowhere. A non-growth drug law who can't win his home state can't win the whole state. As for the other deluded fellows, in a month's time, he will wake up from his dream and realize it was a nightmare he tweeted. In Osun State, the APC have failed to maintain control. Ademola Adeleke of the PDP defeated Gboyega Oyetola of the APC in the just concluded governorship election. And Omokri saying it is not Tinubu but Kwankwaso that can stop them. But come to talk of it, how come the Jagaban failed to win his own state? If the Jagaban failed to deliver his own state of origin, how is he going to win with the presidential election? Oga, if I slap you here, you'll forget your name and the party you belong. When APC won Nikiti, where were you? Besides, the Asiwaju told you is from Osun. What we know is a Lagosian. Labour Party candidates, a deluded fellow and others, your eyes go soon clear. Make una dey ignore the goat. Okri for my place means e-goat. Omokri or whatever you and Jonathan haven't stopped talking Ijo before coming to talk in public. As a fugitive, as a wanderer, you stop making a noise because your write-up has no influence on anybody. You are not here to converse for vote physically. Reno Omokri, are you going to vote in 2023 election? Is that going to be diaspora voting? Are you coming back home when Atiku is declared winner? We know the threat he did to OBJ in 2007. All his records are there. Nobody will want to witness that can stand up again. It is Obi's Labour Party and others. Omokri and his PDP have derailed and no position in presidential election 2023. Adeleke is a credible candidate, while Atiku is not credible, so PDP has failed. The God in heaven will stand to you. Do you think what is happening to Tinubu is ordinary? Do you think the mistake of Muslim just happened? The God of heaven and earth will put you all to shame. You are boasting and dragging with Peter Obi will stand, so that Atiku will continue cattle grazing on people's land. It no go happen. But we all know that Kwankwaso will soon dissolve his structure for Atiku in the Fulani and Northern Brotherhood. That is not the problem. If you hope, don't experience surprises from unknown areas. This guy is not talking rubbish. We are all obedient here. He's not even talking of Obi, talking of Kwankwaso. Who is Kwankwaso in this permutation? Of course, you know the truth. APC and Tinubu will win 2023 presidential election by wide margin. Obi is the biggest threat to PDP and it remains so. Maybe never step down. Kwankwaso win between now and December from alliance with Tinubu. He has already given the come and negotiate with me signal to Tinubu with his comment. If PDP lose Southeast, which he will most likely lose to Obi, then a chunk of the anticipated vote is gone. You are dreaming, Ben Berano Omokri. You have nothing to offer. You are talking as if like Shehu Garba and Femi Adesina. Let us face Peter Obi and forget about what he's saying. You are a noisemaker. Please stop this ranting. Kwankwaso does not have anything to offer. He's not contesting. He's just filling in the gap. We know who the contestants are, and we are all obedient. Omokri, you are not God. Why are you becoming so rude and too selfish? As Northerners and their Fulani herdsmen bribe you against Peter Obi and the Southeasterner, where does all this hatred against Obi and Igbos are coming from? Obi do not pay his due to Omokri as a social commentator, so that is why he's talking about against him. Everybody first knows say before. Mr. Omokri, who asked you, why are you always displaying your ignorance? Renusha, very bad man. That is why he's losing relevance. Voice of political asylum seekers from afar, in the same 8 months' time, you will come back singing in news of a new Nigeria that is very possible and rescue from the hands of your so-called political life destroyers and godfatherism. A structureless human party structure will then be your new song, and that is for everyone. It's just a matter of time. Thank you. Well, that is him. People are reacting to Omokri. He's saying and that Kwankwaso is the only thing they fear and nothing more. That every other candidate they are not afraid of, especially for 2023 presidential election. And the only candidate Atiku is afraid of is Kwankwaso. Do you trust in this assertion? Is he saying the truth or is he indirectly campaigning for his own candidate? Kindly make your opinion known as you subscribe to my page. Thank you, good day, and God bless.